So we saw a couple days ago, I created a video on how to create an item in Trinity Core or Trinity Creator. I kept calling it Core for some reason. I'm not sure. Um, and the audio actually sounded pretty good compared to my old one. But the video quality wasn't quite where I wanted it. So I think I got that fixed in this one. But at any rate, today I want to show you how to create a prog. As you can see there, I have all those crazy stats like we created before, and I gemmed it up and all that fun stuff. Now, one note, when you're creating your item, if you set it to require level 1 or 5 or whatever, so your new players can use it, new characters, you won't be able to put the Lich King enchants on it. So you have to set it to like level 75 or something like that. I just set it to 80 just so I can get into it. But if you see there at the bottom, it says chance on hit instantly heals the caster for 37 to 43. Yeah, so I added that proc on there. And if we can see, yep, 4,000 heal, 3,000 heal. There's a 6,000 heal crit. So it's actually a lot easier to do than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to exit the game. And we're going to go into, what we have to do is go back into, I'm going to start from the beginning here. I have to go into your HeidiSQL, just like last time. And we will need to stop the world server. So let's go ahead and get that gone. And we're going to open up HeidiSQL. You can use whatever SQL client you like. This one is just convenient because it already has all the settings configured. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, I might change the way I do it just so I can have all my databases into one, but this works really rather well. Good job. I am going to do a video next, probably, maybe even later tonight, on how to create this particular private server. That way you can go through the 3 videos all in the same thing. And if I create any other videos later. All right, so we're going to open that up. What we need to do, I still have this old query here when we were adding it to the DBC, but we're going to go ahead and try to find that item here. Okay, the query is select the star sign, that means all, from item template, item underscore template. That's the table. These are tables where entry is the ID for the item, equals, and then in single quotes, the item number. The item number we created the other day to make that crazy sword was 63 or 60,003. So we're just going to run that query, hitting the play button there. And then we got our item here. I know the text is probably rather hard to see. I really can't fix that right now. I could, but I'm not going to. So tough, deal with it. So what we want to do, we have all this junk here, right? And each one of these represent like the class, the subclass, weapon and sword. I think that's what it is. The name, of course, you can go ahead and change all these on the fly. You just need to restart your database or your world server. The flags, the buy price, the sell price, the type, which classes can use it, the item level, and the required level. If you need to have a certain skill, like if you needed to have it, like say plate armor, it would require that skill once you reach level 40. And you can actually create skills too. I'm not going to go there. That's a little more difficult. So what we're looking for though, okay, we found the stats. And the stat type is like agility and stuff. We're looking for spell. Oh, side note, I found the one that makes it more like a, I think, makes it more like an heirloom where it levels up with you. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I haven't figured it out yet, though. Looks like there's only one. So maybe that's not it. Ignore me there. You can actually add multiple types of damages to it and stuff. But what we're looking for is spell ID. Once you find spell ID, you're set. Okay, so the spell ID, to get the spell, and this is, when I skim through everything, like the different procs for different weapons like Shadowfang, I found that Shadowfang's proc is just a spell, Shadow Bolt. So when I figured that out, all I needed to do was to find the spell ID that I wanted to put on the weapon. So to find the spell ID, I went to Wrath of the Lich King DB, WOTLKDB.com. Excellent site if you're playing private servers. I found the spell I wanted, Desperate Prayer. That's the one that priests have to heal themselves. It's like their oh crap button, you know. So I found that, and then up in the title bar, it'll say spell ID. Let me see all my crap in there. Spell ID. So I just took that and dropped it right into spell ID. That's it. Now that weapon has that spell on it. But now we need to tell it when to use it. And so I put it number 2 in here. That's the spell trigger. 2 means proc, you know, on hit. Like set spell charges. I think that after you do it like 5 times, it'll stop doing it, take the proc off. Spell PPM rate, that's how many times a minute that thing can proc. So now, in theory, it can proc every 20 seconds with 5. I'm sorry, that's not right. Every, whatever 60 divided by 5 is. Spell cooldown, -1. And that's it. That's all you have to do. After you change those, you don't need to save anything. It automatically saves it. So you just minimize it and start your world server. You don't need to redo any of the DBC files or anything like that because we already did that. It's not, the DBC doesn't contain the stats. It just contains the model information and that sort of thing. So we don't need, excuse me, we don't need to rebuild do any patches. So this part's easy once you know what to do, what you know, the where it's at in the database. And we're almost there. There we go. That one's done. So I'm going to show you what did trip me up. When I'd come directly into the game, I'm not even going to show you because it's too late now. When I go back into the game, the proc wouldn't be there and it wouldn't run. And I couldn't figure out why. And that's because even though we don't need to make a patch file, WoW still caches it. So you need to go into your game directory, into the cache, just delete the WDB. And then next time you load in, that item won't be cached anymore. And it'll pull this stuff from the database and you'll have all your settings there. That's it. It's that simple. We'll go ahead and put a different proc on it just to show that it works. Even though I just showed you with one of the other items. Let's just go ahead and put, what's a good spell? Let's find a, oh, get off me. Let's find a damaging spell. Get off me. All right. Spells, class, mage. Let's do mage. And let's do, what's an instant cast one? I think it needs to be instant cast, but I'm not sure. All right, let's do Blast Wave. Let's do Blast Wave rank 9. The spell ID is 42945, so we copy that. And let's go back into our database. And we'll just change the spell ID here. 4295. Click out. And that's it. We already got the spell trigger in there of 2. That means it'll proc on hit. And we already have the spell PPM rate. So, and I already have it so it's not cached, but, oops, we're going to go ahead and clear the cache anyway because I think it rebuilds it as soon as you open it. Yeah. So it shouldn't have, since I didn't load a character in that had that weapon in it, it shouldn't have cached it, but it's so easy to do, and you might as well. Didn't start with the game server. Oh, I didn't start up the world server. That'll do it. Yeah, these little proc things are nice. I'm going to see if I can add, after we do this, we'll see if we can add a second proc onto it. That way we can have a heal and a damaging ability. This weapon's starting to be like crazy good. I mean, it already was good, but we're going to try one. I wasn't going to go any longer with this, but we're going to try one that doesn't have an instacast time. And see what it does. Go back and clear my cache again. I'm not sure. Nope. See, it's already there. Does damage and dazes them. Oh, I forgot how good this spell was. All right, so there it is. Oh, it's an AoE. I didn't know that. That's cool. There it is again. And what's really neat is my DPS is 4,500 with just audio attacks. This weapon is just crazy. Okay, so we got that. So let's go ahead and try to add a second proc onto that. So we're going to go back into Trinity. And okay, so we got spell trigger 1, spell ID 1. So we got spell ID 2. I wonder how many spell IDs there are. Spell ID 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can have up to 5 procs apparently. So let's go back to spell ID 2. Let's find a spell. We'll just go ahead and put Desperate Prayer back on. See if that, whoops, we'll see if that works. And then we'll add, we'll try to add one with a cast time. So spell trigger, what did I say, 2? What's wrong there? Okay, there we go. I just didn't save it. Spell trigger 2. And we're done. So now all I have to do is restart the world server. While we're waiting on that, we're going to go to the cache and just delete that. You know what? I'll show you before I delete that. That way you can actually see it. Watch, it's not going to do it this time. It did it to me all day, and I was fighting with it for about an hour. And then, for whatever reason, I was like, oh yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, that's done. So we're going to leave the cache there for now. I need to find a way. Oh, there might be a way to auto log in. I'll have to check that out. Okay. And you see the item only has the one proc, the damage. Okay, so now let's exit out and see if we clear the cache if it has the dual proc on it. See, one thing I like about doing videos is to get ideas while doing the video. Yep, see now I got 2 procs there, one to instantly heal and one to do the flame thing. So there's the proc for the heal, there's the proc for the damage. Proc for the damage. I haven't seen the heal in a little bit here. Oh, you see why it hasn't healed again? Is because I didn't change the PPM. Yeah, need to change PPM to 5. Pick a number. I mean, once every 10 seconds is probably 15 seconds is probably too too many, but what do we care, right? It's not like we're actually doing competitive gaming. Okay, so we know that what that is. We're just going to add try adding a non-instant cast spell. Let's see if we can find one. Let's do I wonder if we could do a chain, like a or channel, like Mind Flay. I wonder if that would work. I'm not going to, simply because it's not something I want to look at right now. But you could try it. I'll probably try it at some point. Class skills, spells. We'll just go back to mage. Let's do Frostbolt. Wow, Frostbolt 16. That goes up quite a bit. Okay, so get that. Take the item ID 42842 and spell ID 3. Spell trigger 2. PPM. And again, let's do 5. Right, so we got that. And I forgot to clear the cache. Yeah, there is a way to edit your realm list or something like that to make it auto log in. And I don't see the third proc on there still. I see chance on hit. Did I? Trigger, spell trigger 3. Category, that's all right, that's all right. 2 ppm. 2 ppm. Looks good. Maybe it's there, we just can't see it because there's so many on there. Let's try it. Damage. Damage. I'm not seeing the heal either. So something I did made it mad. I don't see the other proc. There's that proc, and there's the heals. I'm still not seeing the frostbolt though. Okay. Let's quit out of there. I'm just going to go ahead and delete the cache again since we're here. Okay, so all right, so spell ID 1 is the AoE. Spell triggers 2. PPM rate's 5. Everything else is default. Spell ID 2, trigger 2. PPM 5. Spell ID 3 is good. Wait. Okay, that's different. 82. Spell charge is 0. PPM rate's 5. Yeah, that looks exactly the same as the other one, just a different spell ID. spell ID 22005 minus 1. Huh. Maybe it does need to be instacast. So let's actually go ahead and change this over to the second one. Maybe it only allows you to have 2 procs. Did I forget to restart the server last time? I might have forgotten to reset the server. We'll see if this works, and if it works, we'll go ahead and try to add Desperate Prayer back in there while we're waiting on that. Let's get the ID for Desperate Prayer again while we're waiting. Okay, so that's done. I cleared the cache. Oh, that's not my password. Okay, there it is. I must have forgot to restart the server. So there's that one, and then the Frostbolt. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the Desperate Prayer back in and restart the server this time. Delete the cache. Back to the server. Stop the world server. And back to Trinity Core. Let's get the spell ID again. And spell 3, we'll change that to Desperate Prayer. We already know it's set up correctly because we saw it we saw it working there just a moment ago. So now we start the world server. If this works, we're going to try to add another proc with Mind Flay on it. Just because, why the hell not? Now, just for a warning, this works differently for Classic, Vanilla, and TBC, and Cataclysm, whatever came after that. I quit paying attention after Cataclysm. I actually quit paying attention during Cataclysm. Okay, cache. I was in the pre-beta test for Cataclysm. And while it looked really cool, they dumbed the game down so ridiculous with the talents that I got mad because I couldn't be an elitist jerk as much. So I quit. I tried playing the game again last year. What is it, Battle for Azeroth or something like that? And it was still dumbed down too much. Instant gratification crowd, you know? Okay, so we have the instant heal there. So we have our normal stats. We have a chance on hit to do Fire Blast to AoE, a chance on hit to launch Frostbolt, and a chance on hit to heal. I think I have the audio off, so you can't hear this. Yeah, so that's probably a good thing because it's rather loud with all these procs. All right, so yeah, that's crazy. Now let's go back out and try Mind Flay. Just while you're here, we might as well find out if it works, right? I'm assuming you're still here. You probably left a little bit ago once you figured out how to edit the database and how easy it is. So let's stop that because once people figure out what they want, they leave. I do. So I'm not, whoops, not Mind Fly, Mind Flay. Oh, okay, that's not working. So we're going to browse, spells, class, priest, shadow. Mind Flay 9 is 48156. Okay, so now we go to spell ID 4. Add that Mindflay ID in there. Spell trigger 2. PPM rate. Let's do. Okay, so the cast time's like what, 3 seconds, or the channel's 3 seconds. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do the 5 again, because if we do it any quicker than that, then yeah, I mean, it's already ridiculous. But make sure we stop the server, start it up. Make sure we clear our cache. It's clear. I don't know about you, but this is a lot of fun. I need to fix this a little bit. 20 minutes in, let's fix the camera. Yeah, but I don't know about you, but this is fun for me. I mean, yeah, the game is now pretty much stupid. Like, you just walk through and smack things. But it's fun. It really is, for me, making a god type weapon. All right. I'm really anxious to see if this works. Chance on hit, assaulted Mindflay. Slowing their move. That's actually, wow. Okay, so that apparently stops all other actions. So yes, it works, but since it's channeled, it looks like other, let's do, okay, attack, 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 attack. Actually, it does look like it keeps going. Nope, it doesn't. So with Mindflay on there, the no other actions are taking place. So your auto attacks are done. Oh, but you can still use your abilities while it's happening. So let's see. Come on, do it again. Yeah, you can still use your abilities. Yeah, you can still use your abilities. It's just your auto attack that doesn't work anymore. All right, that's cool. Q to quit. So that's really neat. I like that. I'm definitely not going to put a channeled spell on there though. It really disrupts everything you want to do. So yeah, really cool, really neat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm running with Shadowcraft, or Solo Craft, and what that is it makes. I'll just show you. It makes well, it makes it so you can solo random dungeon finder. Hell, that was not going to work because it takes too long. But the short story is that it makes the enemies easier for you to beat up. So between that and this godlike weapon, and 2 of them, you can solo Trial the Crusader raid, champion Crusader, whichever one it is. You can solo that in minutes. The only one thing I had problems with, which is why I put the heal proc on there, because the 1 acid I have no way to clear with a rogue. So yeah, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you find this as much fun as I do. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'm probably gonna do another video on how to create this server. It's honestly easy as downloading, extracting, and running. It's that easy. So yeah, Enjoy.